BoxeR could be doing anything. He's also building an engineering bay in preparation of the Mutalisks that should be coming along pretty soon. Sunken Colony is already up at the natural for yellow, but let's see. And one is going up at his third, so timing is going to be a bit of an issue. A lot of people using netbooks as signs at this event. I suppose, you know, Korea, it's so high-tech of a place that people can just easily do this. This map also, I think, reminds me a little bit about of Destination, just with the bridges. And first Vulture thwarted pretty hard by that Sunken Colony. Another couple of Vultures are lying in wait around the map. And BoxeR's getting that mineral-only natural expansion running. Economically, both of the players are going to be pretty much at par. And BoxeR's building an academy, so that could either be for scans or to transition back into medic marine play. And I think it's going to be the latter because BoxeR's running off of one gas, so it's going to be hard for him to get the Goliaths and tanks off of one Vespene gas geyser before he can secure a third. So I think he's going to use medic and marine this game, and I think that's going to be very exciting because it's going to be the gameplay of old, and that's really what we want to see. It's nostalgia on nostalgia with nostalgic styles. I think the tournament organizers for this one couldn't have arranged this more perfectly, even if I think the map is a little bit imbalanced in TERRAN's favor here. There's that Zergling. It's going to get an eye full of everything. Also, that supply depot wall was never really secure from the look of things, as that Zergling was able to just run in. And there are a couple of more barracks going up, so it is going to be some medic marine for BoxeR. Though the benefits for him, I guess, with having the factory up early is he'll be able to get a starport maybe a little quicker, get some vessels out a bit faster. I don't know if it's really going to alter the timing all that much, but I suppose BoxeR does have the option. And yeah, that double bridge structure really reminds me of Destination, but I don't know how much those bridges make as big of a difference on this map. Here comes a number of Vultures, but there's a Hydralisk cleverly placed to block that ramp. It looks like the Vultures may have found a gap away from that Sunken Colony, though, from which they can effect a bit of damage, but Yellow doing a really good job of minimizing that damage between that Sunken Colony and that Vulture, and now the Mutalisks are out for him. So let's see how his Mutalisk harassment is going. Mutalisk harassment, I think, was also not such a hallmark of TERRAN versus ZERG play back then. I mean, obviously it existed, but it didn't seem to go the same way until as it did until July perfected Mutalisk stacking, and modern Mutalisk micro started to develop from there. So it'll be interesting to see how Yellow has adapted this aspect of modern ZERG play. In the meantime, it looks like BoxeR's got about a control group of medic marine looking to push out across one set of those bridges, and let's see what he and Yellow can do. Marines are now stimming and into position near that natural, and Yellow is bypassing the natural. Meanwhile, BoxeR's gone up to 5 barracks, so I think he's going to be able to start producing a huge medic marine army off of just 2 bases, and then basically delay his further expansion and just go for military over economy here. And Yellow's using his Mutalisks mostly to pick off, mostly to thin out this marine count, but that's also going to be very easy for BoxeR to replace. In the meantime, it looks like a sunken break is now taking place at Yellow's third, and this is going to be disastrous if he loses this. He's definitely been forced to pull his drones and now his Mutalisks back, and Yellow needs to save this hatchery. If he's kept down to 1 gas for the rest of this game, he is going to be beyond screwed. Here are the Mutalisks coming in. The hatchery is in the red, but it looks like Yellow is going to barely be able to clean this up just in time. That hatchery's got maybe 230 hit points on it. So BoxeR, though, looking like he's not wasting any time. He's pushing out with a control group or so of just Marines. I don't see any medic support for them there, but if they go for a kamikaze rush over on that hatchery, they might be able to take it out. Yellow losing a Mutalisk there, and Yellow is going to have to at least buy himself some time. It also looks like there's something over in the bottom right corner. I think it's probably a drone for Yellow, looking to set up another base there as soon as it looks safe to do so. There's also some unit or other in the top right corner, and I'm not sure exactly which it is. Yellow's also somehow during all this time gotten a Queen's Nest and is going for a pretty quick hive Defilers would probably help him out here, but I haven't seen any of the intermediate tech like lurkers or the like coming out. Here comes a pretty large group of Marines with, as far as I can see, only one medic there, and there's a second. So, oh my goodness! BoxeR just scanning some hold position lurkers and taking them out, and Yellow is just looking at this like, what can I possibly do here if something like hold position lurkers can't work? Amazing game sense by BoxeR there. I have no idea how he managed to do that. None of the lurkers even fired, so he must have scanned, and that is absolutely insane. In the meantime, Yellow's Mutiling taking out a large group of medic marines there, but that mine took out about 8 Zerglings, and that's going to be pretty problematic for Yellow. Yellow also suiciding some Mutalisks there. He's now rushed some lurkers into the natural, but BoxeR, microing his medic marine pretty well, and with vessels already, is able to clean this up. So Yellow is falling behind here. He has set up a hidden base over at the top right, though I think BoxeR is going to spot it pretty quickly if he doesn't already. He's going to assume that Yellow needs more gas, and he's going to take it either in basically at one of the 8 cardinal points on the map. Those are the expansions with gas. Taking it at the 9 o'clock would be suicidal because BoxeR is so close to there, and the same goes for the 12. So it's either going to be the 1, 3, or 5 o'clock positions, and Yellow has opted to take it at the 1. BoxeR has now, no, BoxeR still hasn't spotted it, but he will soon, and now BoxeR's taking the 12. So BoxeR's going to get his additional gas. He's adding a 6th Rax, a 2nd factory, another starport would not be at all surprising anytime soon to just get more vessel production, and Yellow is falling pretty far behind here. He's also losing a ton more Zerglings to mines, and some pretty good Vulture micro to boot. BoxeR is going to be up on 7 barracks, and Yellow I just don't think is going to have the hatcheries necessary to produce enough units to cope with this this ridiculous macro. You can already see tons of medics and marines across the map. These barracks are lighting up and producing a ton of units. Yellow does have Defilers out, and that can help him defend or maybe equalize, but he's lost his 6 o'clock. He's reestablishing it now. So he's on Hive Tech, but he's never really secured 3+ gas, which is what a Zerg on Hive Tech is really going to want. Those lurkers are going to hold the ramp for a little while, but some Irradiate is now out, and that'll help eventually clear this out. BoxeR is also probably going to just rather quickly amass a pretty large science vessel force. Good play by Yellow. He's adding Nidus canals to his critical expansion so that he can reinforce easily. But BoxeR is on 3 bases, relatively unharassed, and is macroing like a fiend, so I'm not sure exactly how Yellow is going to be getting back into this game. There is now a 5th base going up for Yellow at that bottom right-hand corner, and that could help. But BoxeR's army just seems so much bigger that I'm hard-pressed to see how Yellow is going to be able to hold his expansions. Those lurkers at the top of the ramp will be very helpful, but they won't hold off an army this large forever. There are a lot of Zerglings behind those lurkers, though, and they're going to get in the way and really help deal with this. But the lurkers are down, and now Yellow is in danger, but that Dark Swarm is going to buy him just a small amount of time, and that is going to help him immensely. Nice save by Yellow, but this is still not going to be easy for him to hold at all. BoxeR's army is starting to look beefier and beefier, and Yellow is producing off of, it seems like, still relatively few hatcheries. He's also now losing that new one in the bottom right, so Yellow is going to be on 3 gas if he can hold that expansion at the top right, and some more swarm on the ramp will help, but BoxeR seems to just be running right, stimming his marines and running a couple of them right through. I don't know if that's going to really work out all that well, but yeah, BoxeR is continuing to mount pressure there, and I think he is going to be able to. I think he is going to be able to take this out eventually.